Hello, members of the vinyl community. Tony P. from La Casa del Perla, the basement. The Queen is upstairs. We just finished dinner. Have a little alone time down here. She has a little bit of alone time upstairs, which she probably relishes, you know. But this video, I looked through my collection, and there's some albums I think you should have in your collection. And some you probably do. But sometimes I think these are albums that don't get noticed too often in the vinyl community. And I know sometimes when you're out digging in crates and you wonder, hey, is this a good album? This isn't a good album. Maybe you'll remember one or two of these that I'm about to show you, or else you probably, like I said, you probably do have them in your collection. I'm not going to try to make this too long of a video, so I'm going to pick five albums out of my collection, over there too. What I think, you know, you should have. They're good albums. Now, out of those albums, you know, I might have one or two compilations. Some people say, well, compilations shouldn't be in there. Well, you have to understand the context of where I come from as far as compilations are concerned. I was a very poor kid, and when I had a couple of bucks of mad money when I was a young kid, you bought compilations because you know that was going to be a good album. You know, and you had to watch your money. I didn't want to take a chance on an album that was from a good artist, but you weren't sure if it was a good album or not. So you pick compilations because you know all of them were going to be hits, or most of them were going to be hits anyway, and you're going to like the album. So don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Compilations are wonderful additions to any collection that you should have. And that's why the first one I'm going to show you is, I hope I have it down here, is Kenny Rogers and the first edition, of course, their greatest hits, in this sort of tinfoil foil type of cover. The list is on the front, and that's all there is. Now there were two versions of this, one with the foil, and another that was just gray. And this is such a great sounding record. It's just, you know, I wish I probably should have done some research. I don't know who arranged it or who engineered it, but whoever did it, and if you know, put it down below. It was fantastic. I don't know if it'll, you know, tell me in the album itself. It's on reprise, by the way. Produced by Jimmy Bowen and Mikey Post. Mikey Post did a lot of stuff. I think he even did stuff for the Animals, Monkeys, too. This is manufactured by Amos Productions. And you know all of them, too. You probably, Ruby Don't Take Your Love to Town. But you know I love you. And, of course, the one I really like, it's called Just Dropped In. But you probably know it as Just Dropped In to see what condition my condition was in. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Heed the Call. What a great song. Heed the Call. Something's Burning. Reuben James. I Believe in Music. Love Woman. And Tell It All, Brothers and Sisters. That was by Alex Harvey. Great songs. If you find this, Kenny Rogers, it would behoove you, as an old principal I had in high school would say, it behooves you not to buy this album. Get it? You'll love everything about it. Let me just put this here because I can't get it back in. You know, once you get it out, you can't get it in. Second album. Who else do I have? Who's my second album? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Rita Coolidge. This is Anytime, Anywhere. sultry voice. Just a beautiful, beautiful album. Married to Chris Christopherson, who's since passed away. She's still touring. She's still singing. I think she's 79, around there. And there's covers in here, and people get mad about stars who do covers. Well, you know, who didn't do covers? Elvis did covers. The Beatles did covers. You know, they all did covers, and I don't think you should make it as a strike against them. But she has lovely songs on here. Words by the Bee Gees, Good Times, a Chris Christopherson tune, Who's to Bless and Who's to Blame, Southern Lady, The Hungry Years, and you probably know her by this one, Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher and Higher, We're All Alone, I Feel the Burden, I don't want to talk about it. It is probably the best version of that Rod Stewart song. Now, Rod Stewart did that in his Crossing of Atlantic album. She does the definitive version of that. And if you haven't, there's the list there. If you haven't heard that song, buy this album just for that song. I guarantee it, you'll love it. Her voice, so sultry, so wonderful. And you know, I like the female voices here. Mixing engineer was Kent Newbergall, but just a tremendous album. Buy that one. Rita Coolidge, great songs. I think this was her 6th album. Booker T and the MGs is on this. Who else is on here? Oh, Leland Sklar. Kim Carnes sings back up on here. Where's the other girl? Vanetta Fields is another one that sings back up on here. Tremendous album. Get it anytime, anywhere. Next one. and Mazzies might have showed this once or twice, but it deserves its due. This is Chris Christopherson's album, Jesus Was a Capricorn, and of course, the young lady who was soon to be his wife, of course, Rita Coolidge. He was, I think later on, he had some problems with drinking and maybe other stuff, and he did not treat her very well. I think they were on tour with Joe Cocker, Mad Dogs and Englishmen tour, and I think that's when she just left. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's when it happened. But this is another great album. I can't remember how the whole story goes, but Jesus came into his life. I can't remember the young lady who took him to church. And I wish I could remember her name. She took him to church, and the minister asked if there was anyone who would like to come to meet Jesus, come forward. And the way he tells the story, you know, in his head, he's going, no, not me, I'm not going to do that. And the next thing he knew, he was in front of the people with the minister and accepting, you know, Jesus, of course, as his Lord and Savior. I believe that's how the story goes. Another tremendous album. And what's nice about this album, Larry Gatlin does a song on here. And this album is a little bit country, a little bit this, that, a little bit gospel too. But Larry Gatlin does a wonderful song called Help Me. And of course, what else? He does another song called Nobody Wins. It's just wonderful in here. Why Me, Lord? The Chris Christopherson hit, of course, is on here. Sugar Man, Out of Mind, Out of Sight. Give It Time to Be Tender. Jesse Young. Jesus, of course, was a Capricorn. That's Ode to John Prine, I believe. An ode to John Prine. Nobody Wins, Chris Christopherson. It Sure Was Love. Enough for You and Help Me Make It Through the Night. Please, if you see this one too. And you know what's interesting? I think all these were $1. I think I found these all while thrifting. So, yes, Jesus Was a Capricorn. That's the back. There's the listing of it. Another great album. This one, please don't get mad at the cover. The cover is in really poor condition. You know, it's a little, and this was definitely a dollar. The cover's not supposed to be like this. You know, this is Al Cooper. And it's called Act Like Nothing's Wrong. The cover is demolished. If you have a cover out there and you would like to donate it to the Tony Perla Basement Cover Fund, please do so. Text me and I'll give you my address. But this, of course, is Al Cooper. This is his girlfriend, Linda Hoxit, Hoxit, Hoxit. But of course, they transpose his head on her body. And this is a really good sort of funky soul kind of album. It's with United Artists, 1976. And what was really odd about all this, when I picked these 5, they were all from the 1970s. I think Christopherson was 71. I think the Rita Coolidge album, what was really Coolidge out, 72? No, Chris Christopherson was 72. Rita Coolidge album was 77. Kenny Rogers was 71. Ha! So this is like a 70s thing. Okay. But this is a really, really great album. Act Like Nothing's Wrong, Al Cooper, soul, funk. It's just really good. Soul. Really nice. If you get a chance, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Act Like Nothing's Wrong. And if you're lucky, get one that's has a good cover. Last but not least, and I think most of you have this, Super Tramp, British band. I think 1980s, they won a Grammy. I think this came out in 79. They won 2 Grammys, one for packaging and one for engineering. And I think there's 3 hit songs on here. Goodbye Stranger, The Logical Song. I think the other one's Take the Long Way Home. And if you look at the cover closely, Kate Murtaugh is the young lady who she since passed away. She died in 2017, I think. But this is depicting looking out of an airplane window, coming into New York. Of course, you see here she represents the Statue of Liberty. And this is, of course, the financial district in Manhattan. But they're really, containers for breakfast. There's the utensils, and cereal boxes. The World Trade Centers were there. Another good album. This is on A&M Records. The back. The British bands, they're reading newspapers from their hometown in England. Kate's still there. This is Mad Bert's Diner, I think this was. So, Supertramp. Get that, have that in your collection. Those are my 5. That's all I have. Nothing else. God bless you. May the force be with you. May all your records be flat. May your stylus run true. Whoop-de-doo for your Subaru. Hey, God bless you. We'll see you. I hope you found this informative. Hey, please like and subscribe. Can't hurt you. Ain't gonna cost you nothing. Okay. Hey, bye.